previously unseen link is established between the groper and the victim. Charting out their relationship is akin to tracing a spider's web. But with each false thread ruled out, only the improbable truth remains. Ehara orchestrated the groping as a diversion, and by tarnishing his name, he secures both an alibi and his ultimate revenge.
Hiro Mikoshiba's murder was sparked by the bullying of Toshiro Ehara, who committed suicide 4 years ago. The graphic video that hit the net showed the world how Toshiro's father, Akihiro Ehara, had brutally avenged his son. We also know the father had accomplices. On October 7th at 6:30 a.m., they forced Mikoshiba into a vehicle, took him to an abandoned building, and gravely injured him. Then, around 7:30 a.m., the time frame when Ehara killed Mikoshiba, the other conspirators were probably nearby, even though they weren't on camera.
At the same time, 30 kilometers away at Ikebukuro Station, a man who looks like Ehara is caught on camera. We'll call that guy the stand-in. The stand-in made sure he was in front of the cameras for more than an hour before boarding the 9:06 a.m. train, the same one Yui Mamiya was on. After committing sexual battery on that train, he meets the real Ehara in the camera's blind spot, and they change places. That's how he established a false alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. And to achieve this, the victim, Yui Mamiya, had to have been in on it from the start.
Sure are a lot of people getting their hands dirty for Ehara. Mamiya, Ehara's stand-in on the train, the guys who kidnapped Mikoshiba. How did some troubled cop manage to recruit so many allies?
Well, one person that comes to mind who might be the key to all this is Yoko Sawa. She's a teacher at Seiryo High. She was the only adult Toshiro-kun ever told about the bullying, and she supervised Mikoshiba as a teacher before he disappeared. On top of that, she's a Kurokawa Academy graduate, same as Mamiya. Those trespassers, since they're all about the same age, it's possible they were all classmates.
So you're saying these classmates are also Ehara's murder accomplices?
If we consider Yoko Sawa the central link, that's very possible. We do know that as a teacher, she felt deep remorse for Toshiro-kun's suicide. Maybe she recruited her old classmates to help Ehara take his revenge.
Yeah, best not to rule that out. Though I'm hoping that's not the case.
Why's that?
It's just, she's a really good teacher. She's passionate, responsible, and she's always putting the students first. I know she regrets the past, that a student died on her watch. And now another of her students, Mikoshiba, is found murdered. So if it turns out she's involved in that, I doubt I'll be able to trust my own judge of character ever again.
Yagami.
I'm going back to Ijincho tomorrow. The plan is to bring up Mamiya's name to Sawa-sensei and see how she reacts. Until then, let's not jump to conclusions about her involvement.
All right.
Can I chime in real quick? I was looking into Kurokawa Academy and I stumbled across...
What's that?
Well, it happened 13 years ago, but there was an attempted suicide. A third year jumped off the school's roof after being thoroughly humiliated.
Actually, Sawa-sensei mentioned that. She said it was a boy in her class.
Right, that's gotta be...
Huh, and all that info's on the net?
It wouldn't be normal. Ever heard the name Rake?
Not once.
I have.
Well, do you remember the uproar in the health? Apparently, his successor couldn't contain they couldn't afford another criminal scandal, so she was a safe choice. A veteran with 10, not to mention her son's tragedy made she's kind of a new generation heroine, so to speak.
Huh.
Is any of that relevant to the case?
Who knows? But Reiko Kusamoto and Ihara both, I don't think that's a connection we can afford to overlook, if you ask me.
Okay, so Kusamoto's son.
Let's see. He was bullied. The records say he harassed Mitsuru-kun every...
That's so cruel.
Yeah, and the teacher was a real piece of work.
Oh, I remember.
If they were classmates, then both Sawas...
And maybe because they couldn't save Mitsuru-kun.
But to prove that, we'll have to hear from them.
That'd be helpful. It's clear they missed something important in the trial, being that he was out committing murder.
What started as a simple...
Wait a minute, what?
Yo, you took your sweet time, but I got the gist of it. You're going to Ijincho, right? To meet with Sawa-sensei?
Kaito-san, you do realize that only I can meet her. You can't get into the school.
I know, but if you end up taking it off campus, can you at least call me this time?
Don't you understand the situation? Sawa-sensei might be tied to murder.
You sure you understand it? Come on, she would never do that.
That a fact?
So happens I'm a great judge of character, especially when it comes to women.
Sometimes I forget who I'm talking to.
Well, first stop, it's gotta be Chinatown. Can't face Tsukumo on an empty stomach.
Never a dull day for you, huh, Kaito-san?
It's the selection, man. I've already worked out the math. I figure if I hit 4 or 5 places a day...
What? What's up?
Check that out. It's Akutsu.
Kamurocho thugs are looking pretty out of place here.
Yo! Akutsu! What are you fools doing in town? Hey! Don't ignore me! It's Kaito! Fancy seeing you here!
I'm kinda busy here, man. Catch you later.
What an asshole. Ijincho's a long way from home. And he's traveling with a small army.
Would he have come all this way because of us?
Nah, we just caught him totally off guard. He's not out here for us. Gotta be something else.
But something's not right if they're just cruising around. It's gotta be an RK operation. He brought too many guys for it to be something more personal.
Yeah. Kamurocho streets can be tough. Maybe they gave up. Well, whatever they came out here to do, we ought to keep our noses the hell out of their business. But you better hustle. You're gonna be late for class. I'll catch you after school.
Oh,
Sensei, so you did. That video, right?
thought Ehara-san was convicted and that
Most likely, which means as far as the groping that day goes, there's some deception at work.
deception?
Are you familiar with Ehara-san's victim in the case? Her name is Yui Mamiya.
I don't think I recognized her, no.
13 years ago, she attended Kurakawa Academy. Her maiden name is Yui Suzuki.
Yui Suzuki? Just a minute. Are you saying she was the one Ehara-san groped?
So you do know her then? Were you two classmates?
We were, in our 3rd year of high school.
I had a hunch. You didn't know she was the victim of that whole incident?
I mean, it's just so hard to believe.
Does this all seem like a wild coincidence to you then? Your old student's father gropes one of your high school classmates.
What are you implying?
I'm saying your old friend Yui, as in she only played the part of the victim.
What? But what?
From where I'm sitting, Sensei, you're connected to Ehara and Yui Mamiya. I just need your help figuring out what that connection is.
Yagami-san, please. Are you implying I was some kind of liaison between them?
Well, Sensei, what was your relationship with Yui Mamiya? Were you close? Or would you say classmates covers it?
The two of us were never really that close. To be honest, I didn't really like the group of kids she hung out with. I guess you could say we didn't have the same interests.
When was the last time you saw her? Did you have a high school reunion by any chance?
They held a reunion around the time I graduated from college, but I didn't feel like going. That same class bullied a kid into jumping off the roof.
So if that's the case, you haven't seen any of your classmates since you all graduated from Kurakawa?
That's right.
Okay then. The thing is, Ehara-san and Mamiya are connected. It is kinda loose, but it's there. They have one thing in common.
What?
In both of their pasts, someone they knew was bullied to the point of attempting or committing suicide. Ehara-san lost his son, Toshiro-kun, and as for Yui Mamiya, it's her classmate, Mitsuru Kusamoto. That could be a factor, especially for Mamiya. It's possible that Ehara-san would be a sympathetic figure to her. Maybe enough to help construct an alibi for his revenge. It's possible she only played the part of a groping victim. What do you think? Does it have any merit, or is my theory full of holes?
Even if you're on the right track...
Sawa-sensei? We're just waiting on you to start the staff meeting.
Sorry, I'll be right there.
What happened 13 years ago at Kurakawa? That might be the last piece of the puzzle. What about Yui Mamiya? How'd she react when Mitsuru Kusamoto tried to kill himself by jumping off that roof?
I'm sorry, I'm already late for my meeting.
I'm trying to ask you about a murder here. To Ehara, every unanswered question is a victory for that man. He's only a step away from walking for it. And I know Mamiya had other conspirators. It took more than one person to murder Mikoshiba. They're still at large, even as we speak. I'll be honest. I came here today with the suspicion that you might be more involved in this murder than you're letting on.
A suspicion?
Nothing you've said has made me feel any better about it.
And what should I do about that, huh?
I just want you to tell me, how are Ehara-san and Mamiya connected beyond what I've already figured out? I think you have the key to that answer, even if you don't know that you're the one holding it. It's like a lock, and until I figure out how to get through it, I'm gonna keep picking at it.
I told you, I'm late for a meeting.
I'll be here when you get back. Have a good meeting.
Suit yourself.
Hey, sorry, son?
Hey,
Yeah, turns out she really wasn't.
good to know. Well,
Let's hear it.
the bully at Kurokawa he transferred out right after Gwen became of age. It looked,
Wow,
yes, and to top it off, maybe he thought he'd get a
probably would.
So I was more or less, I just sent you his picture.
What?
You recognize him?
Not too long ago, some RK punks came
Yeah.
asking.
It looks like but we don't know which one.
Okay, so the guy's definitely suspicious. What business would RK?
Do you know if
No. Like, he just vanished from Kamurocho a
Wait.
few...
he was killed?
Uh-huh. Here you have Kawai, and they both...
That could be for a number. Usually the trouble is...
Could be.
Okay. We'll RK asking her.
How was it, Saori-san? What did Yagami-san have to say?
He said he recently ran into some RK members looking for Shinya Kawai.
Did he?
He also said RK later told him Kawai had been killed.
This is getting scarier.
Now that you mention it, I have. But if those were our.
I'm honestly not. I'm going out for a bit.
Wait, what?
Sometimes you have to get out in the...
You don't mean you're going.
What else would I be doing? I need
Then
to know.
I'm coming with.
Don't worry.
That may be.
I find that...
Oh,
Nice to see you too.
Oh, hi.
It's
Say-
just me today.
Fine by me.
that stings.
Well, no one knows a lady's heart.
Let's see.
All these besides.
You're too kind. So I'm actually here to ask you.
Darn. So this was, well,
True.
Oh,
And-
please, you two are...
my apologies. I suppose
I'll
we...
second that. Of course.
And
Anyhow, if you're... But it's not like a civilian...
You got that right. Oh, that's certainly going to...
just a bit.
So I say, why not let the boys... But honey, we need to do something.
Finally.
I suppose I would...
Doc told me once that if you... I've got to admit, I'm...
Well,
You're saying I...
well, I'm sure...
If you want.
I get the message.
Okay. Oh, well,
You sure?
what are you saying?
I...
Really?
Well,
Then,
as...
yeah, now.
It's been a... You...
Especially, but really.
whoops.
Sorry, John.
Excuse me, ladies. You, get lost on the way to the
Rory,
beauty...
Oh,
Oh, in that case...
Hell yeah.
You know, what I'm saying...
Oh, yeah?
There's this guy in my life. Now I know I should... But I figure...
oh.
Damn, girl.
Yeah!
Thing is, I heard...
But, oh?
Wait.
Not supposed to be...
Shoot.
RK had...
Just about. All that respect. Now the underground.
Wow.
A man who...
Oh, yeah.
see that.
We are, I guess. Anyway, that's the last time.
Whoa.
If he was, I guess.
You haven't.
Don't know. Who knows?
But if you have, so you.
Yep.
Where is?
Means
But it's a.
Elephant hold.
Huh?
Just now, you're only.
What do you think you're doing?
Let go!
No.
Really?
So,
You fucking moron!
I wouldn't even.
Oh, what have we?
Big talk for it.
Yeah.
Sorry!
Beat it, punk.
Gosh, he's
Asshole.
No thanks needed.
Thank you so. It's me.
Holy
Sure.
shit.
Man, I didn't real.
This is all my fault.
Those guys were. If you'd like, I can escort.
Oh, you don't say.
Oh, before we do that,
Yagami.
it is. I'll try. Wait, he was killed?
Uh-huh. Kinda gives me deja vu. Here you have, and they
Could be usually.
could be.
Okay, with our chaos.
All right.
Pardon me. Did you have this?
Yeah, the faculty meeting's over, right?
It just wrapped up. But Sawa-sensei went home in the middle of it.
What?
Apparently she got a call from her apartment manager saying her place was broken into.
Broken into?
She told me to tell you that if you came around.
Okay, then. Do you think you could give me her contact info or something?
No, I don't think I can. Oh, I'll just give her a quick... No, she's not answering.
But I guess she's home then?
I'd say so. Her place is within walking distance.
It is?
Yes, but
Sure, I appreciate the need for privacy. You've been a big help. Well,
Come again?
not too long ago, she got a call and another teacher tried to...
So,
She's within walk.
I believe so. I shouldn't be giving...
We're detectives. But on the other hand,
Then can't...
Chairman,
Yes, of course. But from what I've heard...
well, I have... So for the sake of... And that Ihara's... He's got the criminal affairs, so the police are playing. And let's say his motive is...
Now wait just a moment. Sad as it was.
Actually, before... But at the trial, she... From Ihara's... And after all that... I just want to check up on her. And I'll make sure...
Well...
Kawana? What the hell are you doing here?
That was quick. I guess we couldn't ask for a better piece of bait. Kick us off, Yakuza.